It's Mountain Dew time! There was lots of free Mountain Dew at that tournament, so I wound up drinking like only two of these. This is only my second one. It's not that bad, but it's still way more Mountain Dew than I should have ever drank. I also had coffee. Like I had a coffee frappuccino right before that because man, we were all just so tired. So my friend Isaac took everybody's drink orders for coffee and we did the roundup for day one, and that was super fun. Continue Show was there, and Markiplier, so we all talked about what we did on the show floor and all that, and drank our coffee. And then the second that I got into the room for the Runaway Guys tournament, there was all this free food and a bunch of free drinks, and like most of it was Mountain Dew. I'm also gonna use hand sanitizer. I just got back. I'm so excited because it's weird. You know, the room yesterday was supposed to be the like super fancy room, the like really nice room. This room is smaller, but I actually like it a lot more. I don't know, it feels more comfortable. You know, I walked in and I was like, oh, this is manageable. I know what everything in here is supposed to be used for. Those things, I touched a lot of controllers today. I'm just gonna just act cash. It's whatever. What was I going to say? What was I talking about? Oh, the like brush and everything. Everybody was saying that that's probably because I was in like a business classroom, and those are the sorts of things that you would typically use on like a suit or like nice clothes to get them all ready to go. I was like, oh, it's very obvious then that I do not wear nice clothing very often. Or maybe it's specifically suits. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But had a great time at PAX today. I got to play with my Awesome Knots character, Penny Fox, because she is launched. She's in the game, but the show floor was loud enough that I couldn't really hear the lines. I could every now and then. I would be like, "Oh, I remember doing that line. I remember that one." But I'm really bad with her. I've decided I just need to get really good with Penny, and then I can be like Jesse. I can do what Jesse does. Jesse just shows up to whatever Awesome Knots booth there is. He plays as Genji and just annihilates everybody and then leaves. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to walk up to a booth and be like, oh yeah, I'll just play my character, and then be like pew 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 pew, and then be like, all right, I have other stuff to do. I was really jazzed though because I found the booth for Always Sometimes Monsters, and I've been so excited about that game, and wound up talking to the dudes there for a really long time and playing their demo. I guess last demo that they had didn't go over very well because it. I'm trying to remember what it said. It was funny. The demo this year had like an intro almost, because I guess the one last time uh, it was a bit confusing because the game is very philosophical in nature. It's about being morally gray. It's about being humans. It's about how all of us determine good and bad differently depending on who we are in our lives and everything. And so it's like a hard game to demo, right? So they did a different demo this year, and the intro for it was so funny. It was them, the devs in the game, like discussing their demo, which I thought was so funny. I was like, all right, I'm into this. But they're super cool, and I love the concept of it. I love how changeable it is, how many different possible outcomes there are. I think that that's pretty cool. And when I got done playing, they were like, you made a lot of choices that technically, like, a normal person would not make. It's like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, I mean, you did lots of things that you're not supposed to do. And I was like, well, yeah, there's a part in it where there are boxes on a conveyor belt, and you're supposed to bring boxes from the conveyor belt to the van. And there's a certain point where your character's like, nobody specified how many of these boxes there are going to be. And you're paid up front. So I was like, I did 4 boxes, and I was like, I'm done. Like, nobody's watching me. I have the money. Like, if the game lets me leave, I'm just going to leave. And it does. So I just left, got into my normal clothes, and walked out and ran into a bunch of people who were like trying to mess up this work area. And they were like, see, we've had people who have moved like 50 boxes. I was like, what? I was done after 4. I was like, no, absolutely not. Like this game set it up perfectly where I could just be like, I'm just I'm over this. I'm just gonna go, you know? Uh, so it was funny. They were explaining like the different outcomes and how I got an outcome that is connected to the other outcomes, but is completely different from them, and all that sort of stuff. And I thought that was super cool. And then I played a game that's basically, I think it was called Rats. It's basically Monaco except with cats and rats. So you play a rat and you have a certain amount of time to be able to get whatever you're trying to steal and leave. But anytime you're spotted by a cat, you lose time. If a cat actually catches you, you lose a lot of time. And I was doing, my shriek, my I'm playing a game and I'm doing badly shriek. I was I was shrieking at their booth, and they were all looking at each other like, is she having fun? I don't like, just not quite sure what to do with me. It was just like, oh my god, like losing my mind. And I eventually handed the controller off, and everybody else that I was with did way better at that game than I did. I also went in the virtual reality hamster ball that they have there. There's a university that's there with a huge ball that you can go inside of, and you put an Oculus Rift on and you walk around this world. And that was pretty cool. We had to wait in line not very long at all, which was surprising, but they used a method that made a lot of sense where you sign up for it, and then when they're ready for you, they text you. So you can literally sign up like, I want to do this, and then leave, do other stuff, and then when you get the text saying, hey, we're ready for you, you just come back, and there's like a short line. Like there are 5 or 6 people that are all texted at once. So you just get into this short line, you go in, and then they text a bunch more people. So we got in like real fast. It was Neil and I, and we got really competitive with each other, but Neil never got the Oculus to like focus. There's a little twisty right here, and there's a little twisty right here. And you have to adjust those a bunch until it's sitting on your head just right where it's a clear picture. So I had to adjust it, a couple of times, and then I was like, all right, cool, I'm good. Neil just like gave up. So like I could see everything perfectly clearly. I was like, oh, cool, like collecting shiny things. He gets in there, he puts it on, he's like, and and then just walks around, and then he gets out and he's like, I now know what it's like to be almost blind, like to really, really need glasses because he just could not see anything. And I was like, why did you start walking if you couldn't see? Like, I don't even understand that concept at all. So tomorrow I'm hoping to go to Guns of Icarus because I haven't gotten to see them yet, and walk around Indie Mega Booth a bit more. And there was supposed to be a booth where you can like paint miniatures, but we looked around for it and we couldn't find it. And then there's another booth that Rosti goes to every year with artists that will draw Street Fighter characters for you. And he was like, "Oh man, we gotta go over there. I get a drawing every year." And we went over there, and he's like, "Oh, my favorite artist isn't here. Let's just go." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like he's very particular. He was like, "It's fine. I already have a bunch of drawings from him, so it's like it's fine." I was like, "Okay," but I kind of want to go back there and be like, "Hey, can you draw me a thing?" I don't know how specific you can be though. I don't know if you have to just be like, I want this character and then let them do whatever. Or if I could go to them and be like, hey, can you draw this character holding my cats? Right? Like, because whenever I commission a drawing, I love commissioning, before when I just had Sherlock, I loved asking people to draw a black cat with whoever their favorite Watson is. So like I have some Lucy Liu Watsons, and I have some oh my gosh, what's his name? Bilbo. Oh my god, what is his name? For some reason I keep thinking of my professor from college and I can't get that name out of my mind. Freeman. Oh my god. Oh my god. Freeman. Oh my God. So I had a bunch of different drawings. I have a bunch of different drawings that are all like Watsons of various forms holding black cats that are supposed to be my cat Sherlock. And now that I have Sherlock and Watson, I've been wanting to commission like whoever their favorite uh Mrs. Hudson is holding both cats, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. There hasn't really been a situation where I've commissioned any artwork. So like part of me really wants to go over there and ask for like Morrigan holding a cat or like something weird like that. You know, I think that would be so funny. But at the same time, maybe I need like a pure starting point for if we're gonna go this way, if this is gonna be the beginning of Mrs. Hudson holding cats, the booklet, then I probably need to start with a legitimate Mrs. Hudson. It can't be Morrigan. Even though it should be, obviously. Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, but I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Mwah.